We're going to go ahead and do a reading specifically for twin flames, for the divine feminine, for the divine masculine, to see what is going on. And today we have Mercury in Aries, which is conjunct Venus retrograde in Aries. Now this is really, really important because both of these retrogrades, as Mercury is going to shift into retrograde the day after this blood moon eclipse this week, both of these retrogrades are really, really important for reflecting and kind of thinking about where your life has taken you, and more importantly, where you want to go. Venus retrograde is all about healing your love life and any type of relationship problem. So today's conjunction is all about communication. Remember, Mercury also rules over this blood moon eclipse, as it is in Virgo too. So these energies are really, really powerful. Now, I think that this blood moon eclipse is really, really important, as eclipses activate. Well, this eclipse is activating both the North Node and South Node, aka the nodes of fate. And this is really, really important because the South Node right now with these energies, because we have the Virgo South Node, Virgo full moon, blood moon eclipse, this is very important energy for your past. But most importantly, this combination of energies is important because it's asking you to look at your life, and if you see any repeating stories, narrative patterns that are not serving you, they need to go. And this first eclipse is all about clearing out the old, the outworn, and the outdated. So it's all about whatever the universe is asking you to release or let go of or heal during this time. It's like doors closing, right? However, you're being guided to not only let go of the old, but to really step into the new through doing this kind of healing work too. It just kind of depends on where the universe is trying to take you. Now, right now, this South Node energy is actually taking a look at the karmic contracts in your life. So if you are revisiting past scenarios, past people, stuff like this, it doesn't mean that you should like reach out. It's just whatever's coming up or coming through for you during this time to heal. Don't be shocked if you are replaying. It could be like old connections, situations, people. It doesn't mean like you should reconnect for sure. In fact, you shouldn't make any sudden moves until Venus shifts direct, we'll say in April. So I think it's more about like healing whatever's coming up right now, what you need to let go of, what you need to work on or work through while you're navigating these energies. But Venus retrograde is actually powerful for having you take a look at, I always say, any type of like self-worth issues, any ways you don't feel lovable and need to heal that. Sometimes this goes back down to childhood or family wounds when we're dealing with karmic connections and the wounds from our past in the South Node, but also healing our relationships, healing any financial blocks. So during this retrograde, you might be guided to take a deeper look at your relationship in your life, how you're spending money, how you're manifesting money, whatever it is. So we're going to start with a reading for the divine feminine to start, but make sure you guys are checking out my website, sparksofdivinelighthealing.com. I am an energy healer. I have a ton of healings, clearings, and activations on my website. I'm always trying to get you to do more energy work. I also do psychic readings and twin flame readings. This will help you if you're needing to tap in or know about your connection, or you're just needing a good shift or something like that. I also do relationship and twin flame coaching, which will really, really help you no matter where you're at in the journey. So if you're needing me, just go ahead and book me on my website. I do have activations up for today specifically too. And then of course I have tons of stuff up for the eclipse. You definitely want to be tapping into this eclipse. It's literally like a full moon times 10, and the veil is really thin. So this is really, really good for getting more clarity. This is the reason why eclipses are so powerful. They can show us situations in our life or help us to see things more clearly. They can help us with shifting timelines, anything that you need, like during this time, whether it's manifesting something, making something happen. These energies are very powerful in a good way. You want to be tapping into these eclipse energies. Okay, so we're starting with a reading for the divine feminine just to start. Divine feminine collective, divine masculine. If you're watching, direct messages from your feminine. I can't go another day without you. This is such a powerful connection that this is a connection that spans many, many lifetimes. I always say twin flames I see in the collective, like whether you have a past and you were with your twin flame before or in another life, the universe is helping you, giving you little nudges to try to help you to get it right this time. allow the universe to move the pieces in your life right now. There's a lot happening behind the scenes as the universe is trying to help you navigate your connection during this time and even nudge you into union. So we have a lot of powerful things happening around these unions during this time. And, you know, a lot of you guys feel that, sense that, and are very awake to the connection or who this person is or what's going on or wanting to be with this person during this time. I don't want to be toxic anymore. This is all about healing and working on your own toxic traits, behaviors, habits, and patterns. This is coming up specifically with that Virgo south node. It's all about what you need to heal and continuing to work on yourself so that you can become that better version of yourself and bring that version of yourself through. You deserve better than them. My soul was made with yours in the beginning of time. And this is such a powerful connection. And it's one where it involves fate, destiny, spiritual awakening, union, doing the healing work, and even kind of working with the forces of the universe. This is why twin flames have so much serendipity, synchronicity, angel numbers, and deeper, we'll say, alignment happening around this connection. And there's so much magic around and within this connection too. When you guys are in alignment, you are powerful and unstoppable together. This is like the force of the universe between both of you. When you guys are apart, you get a lot of little reminders, nudges in the universe helping you to get back on track if you feel that you're off track. Now, I love eclipses because I feel they are very destined gateways or windows that can help to get us into a deeper energy alignment. Now, we have a lot of other things happening behind the scenes. We've had a lot of up and down frequencies. The energies are quite high for March because this eclipse is happening, the first one right before the equinox. And like, this is the highest, I want to say the highest, one of the highest energy months of the year. And things are kind of moving very, very fast. So you might feel that things are moving fast in your life. They're happening fast, right? Things are coming at you, whatever it is. These are very high energies in a good way. And when we're in these higher energies, they can help us to get into our highest alignment. However, you might be feeling it. Like I saw a lot of posts this morning going around. You might be a little tired, struggling to get through your day to day, needing a little bit of extra rest, food, sleep, whatever it is. I saw some people, like, jokes aside, right? Like, kind of zapped, needing a nap, needing a smoothie, needing extra self-care, maybe needing some healing, having issues come up, jokes aside. But these energies are here to help us, whatever's going on in your life, to shift into our highest alignment. Now, the reason why you might be feeling that way is because, like I said, the energies are quite high, but this is also like a reboot energetically. Now expect that combination, the eclipse and Venus retrograde, to kind of bring a cosmic reset or a reboot to your love life right now. This is a good thing, especially if you're feeling like you could use some positive shifts. You're trying to meet your twin flame in a higher timeline. You're with your twin flame and you just want to go higher. Or even if you're trying to come back together with them, this is a great time to see some really good results when you're working with these cosmic energies, because they are here to, we'll say, reboot your energy in a certain way, and they bring a lot of upgrades during this time. We want to be tapping into those equinox upgrades and kind of bringing them down, whether you're trying to manifest with them or you're just trying to, go get some upgrades energetically. Just kind of depends. I close my eyes and feel my energy around you. I'm with you all of the time. That's one thing that sets aside this connection. It's a very spiritual connection. A lot of the karmic connections, not to pick, seem to be very transactional, filling the lack, obligation, past life debts, and things like that. They're karmic based. So, I know, right? So a lot of times these are rooted in past lifetimes, and there's something that you need to resolve. Now, why this is so important is because we have such a South Node energy and we have a Saturn energy. This is like our South Node literally keeps track of our karmic debts and balances. So it's like your checkbook's getting cleared right now. If any of you guys have karmic holdbacks, this could be like, you're in a karmic situation or relationship. Sometimes these can zap your power and strength, and you feel like you can't leave, or maybe your person is. It's okay. Eclipses are really good for helping you to release the old. So some things might have started out serving you, but they may no longer be serving you. This could be old, outdated relationships, connections in your life. It could be habits and patterns that you know you've been holding yourself back. And it could also be thoughts. We have a huge focus on the mind with all of this Mercury energy and clearing out all the negative thoughts that have been manifesting and blocking us for so long. And that's part of this work. Your twin flame is probably going to trigger a lot of things within you and very deep within you on the spiritual level, on the soul level, and even on the energy level. They tend to stir up things or trigger, they tend to hit your butt, push your buttons, right? And sometimes these are deeper wounds that you need to work on healing too. So we have a lot of healing energy coming up. So we have a Chiron alignment too, which is really, really powerful today. And I think this is important too. So it's bringing a lot of healing energy, but when we deal with Chiron, it's old wounds that we're working on across our lifetime. This separation is just as painful for me too. Some of you guys might be in actual separation where you're not fully in union, you're working towards it. Be patient in that process too. I always say that oftentimes twin flames trigger many layers back and forth. It's like you could hang out and get close, another layer could come up, and it just kind of depends. Or you're apart for whatever reason, because we have this travel card. This isn't for everyone, okay? Maybe some of you guys are not living together, or you're living apart, or you're living in other places. Doesn't matter. Quantum entanglement. You guys feel each other no matter where you are. You're always exchanging energy, thoughts, and you're affecting things even very across distances, right? I know all about that. So it doesn't matter if they're apart from you, that you're very synced up on the energy level and things like that. So we have this healing. You're being guided to keep working on yourself, healing old wounds and improving yourself. Spirit is trying to guide you through this process with Ascension. And Ascension is like a whole recalibration of your entire life, right? So pay attention if you're being guided to make positive changes in your life. This could be like your diet, your energy, getting more into healing, meditation. Now, one thing about I see happening across the collective is both divine feminine, divine masculine, releasing a lot of attachments. This could be things that you have been in your life for a really long time, like friendships, connections, things like that. Sometimes when you guys are guided to be by yourself more, it is so that you are letting go of other people's attachments and things around you that are not healthy for you. It just depends on what space you're in. So some of you guys are navigating distance and boundaries. You might be far apart. With this card, this is my Mercury card anyways. It just kind of depends. You could have a distance connection, or you're just feeling the distance in the space. Respect your twin flames boundaries if they're putting them up at times, like whether this is like them needing to slow down, them needing space, whatever it is. This will help a lot with the connection too, as you guys are, we'll say, coming together. I always explain this even in healthy connection. The healthier connections are going to have good boundaries, and also respectful of your partner's boundaries and things like that, and what's going on with them too. So we have my snake card. We're in the year of the snake. We know that this is shedding away everything. Like this is like everything outdated has to go, and this fits the theme because we did so much energy clearing work last year. And I know that the clearing work is continuing. We're doing a big push of clearing work with this blood moon eclipse too, of letting go of things. Now, also eclipses are based on shadow, right? They can tend to, the reason why they reveal things is they can reveal things on the subconscious level, shadow level, on the deeper level too. So you might be having things that are coming to the surface right now, like you're seeing shadow aspects, wounds, things you need to improve within yourself, whether this is through I always talk about the mirroring effect of twin flame and what this person is showing you, or things that you need to work on within yourself so that you're feeling better. When you're feeling in alignment and you're feeling really, really good energetically, you're going to bring that positive energy into your relationship and things like that. Okay, so we have the Six of Swords. Some of you guys are, this is like, you have unfinished business with this person. However, there might be a lack of movement lately. This is my spiritual journey card, but there is a block. This could be, maybe you're not, okay, and this is what the Virgo and Pisces notes are here to teach us. We need to stay grounded in reality, but we're also trying to balance the spiritual like never before on this planet as we're experiencing a spiritual awakening and we're navigating the spiritual realms, but we're having to, I know, do the mundane, the day-to-day, right? And things like that. So this eclipse is helping us to balance these aspects. Now, this is a very spiritual connection with this person, but you might feel, because this is a block with your spiritual journey, maybe you're focusing a little bit too much, I don't want to say the matrix, right? On the matrix logic. This is my logic card, right? logic, the mind, and it could be illusion. So this eclipse is here to strip away the illusions. This is why eclipses can bring plot twists, unexpected changes, and things like that. And so sometimes your twin flame can trigger any way that you've been living out of alignment or living in ego illusion. And we don't like that, right? It's like they pop the bubble, the fantasy bubble, and things like that. But it's here to help you out of ego beliefs, narratives, and distortions that are not serving you. So sometimes we're not always seeing things as clearly as we are. Your twin flame is to help you to heal certain things so that you can see things more clearly. And that's a lot of what this eclipse is doing. So a lot of times people might suddenly, it's like the veil is pulled very back between dimensions with these eclipses, and suddenly people have these great, we call these revealer moments, revelations, and start to see things as they are and see more depth in your life or see situations in your life with a lot of clarity. But there's some type of block here too. So this might indicate working on your crown chakra, open up your spiritual connection more, and maybe putting more time and focus into your spiritual we'll say, connection. Now, a lot of times, sometimes twin flame can throw people into crisis on the energy level. If needing to do more energy work, or if not healed enough, it can trigger a lot, whether this is like old trauma, energetic baggage, old wounds, things that need to be healed. And then especially relationship issues, like if you're having a hard time in your relationships or relationship wounds. But this is meant to be a connection that's meant to, I say, help motivate you to heal any areas of your life that really, really need it, especially any relationship wounds that may be triggered to the surface, so that you can kind of acknowledge and heal more too. So we have this card indicating you need to maybe work a little bit more on your spiritual self, your spiritual connection, or yourself spiritually, or your spiritual awakening. Okay, so we have the Knight of Wands, and these are like my DM cards, 2 of them, right? So this is kind of representing the divine masculine in your life. This is like them coming in with high energy and excitement and going for it. Like, this is like them taking charge and being ready, and this is like huge, and things like that. So this is very fiery energy when we deal with twin flame. They know what they want, and they're coming for you and going after it. Now, sometimes this could be unnerving for some of the divine feminines, and it just kind of depends. But we have this card too with, you might be once again focused a little bit too much on money, the materialistic, and things like that. Or I just say that I call it the material. So we have the material, we live here, right? And then the spiritual dimensions. So material, okay, we have to do that. Don't get me wrong. Day to day, money, right, work. And then we have the spiritual, and this we can connect through meditation, energy work, spending time with ourselves, things like this, nature, whatever it is that calls you into the spiritual. And then really going within for the answers that we seek. And then we have the outer world, and we see a lot, I don't want to go into it, but we see a lot of, we could say, transformation happening in the physical, in the 3D dimension, as we call it. And I really feel, because the 3D is transforming into the 4, and then the 4 into the 5, right? And then so we see a lot of change happening in the 3D. Now this can indicate a lot of people are suddenly being guided, I don't want to say away from the material, because we learn to navigate that, but more into the spiritual, and to really do the spiritual work during this time. And this could be like overall healing, getting healthy, detoxing, taking better care of yourself. Now I see that happening. I've never seen so many self-love posts in my life, and this is a good thing, and this is part of it. But then the next step is service, being of service to people around you, right? I'm like, okay, right, okay, so we live in I don't want to say it, we live in a unbalanced world, right? All right, I got that. I know a lot of people are taking care of themselves. We do need that as a part, but also then remember the next step, especially for twin flames, is service of others, right? And to help people. And this is where we'll see the most transformation happening in the next couple of years, I feel, as people are unlocking and activating these higher levels. So this is also one way that we can really bring our twin flame into our life, whether you have not met them or you have and you'd like them to be more involved, right? Doing your mission and being of service creates a lot of positive energy for you, the people around you, and of course your twin flame, okay? So just remember that too. So maybe needing to focus a little bit more on your spiritual work or spiritual awakening, and where this path is trying to take you. So we have the matrix, right? That's the material path. and the ego path. And then we have the spiritual, and this is trying to take you into paths of your higher self, right? So material, lower self, and we start out there, and I'm not knocking it, but the spiritual takes us into higher aspects of ourself and even into our higher self and becoming that version. Okay, so we're going to do divine masculine side. I'm just doing quick cards here today. Well, let's do a reading anyways. I just wanted to say hi. Like, great. And do some cards. Let's do divine masculine, just see what is up, what's going on. Divine masculine collective, what's going on for them. Divine feminine, if you're watching, direct messages from your masculine. This person is worth waiting for. Some of you guys are having to, and if you could see the tapestry across many lifetimes with many of the souls that you learned with, you will begin to understand, okay? And this is important, and this is how you know who your person is. I say you have a knowing, a spiritual knowing. You're going to feel it in every fiber of your being that this is the person you want. They're the only person you want, and this is your person. A lot of times we love to question this, though, especially when a lot of times things may not be going the way our ego wants it. Your twin flame is here to help you to heal ego attachment and ego aspects too. So sometimes we go through these layers of it, of different things that could be triggered. It just kind of depends. This person is your person. They are worth waiting for if you feel you have been waiting for them. And I always say, don't wait, just live your life. But you might know you've been waiting for this person. I search for you in every lifetime. This is a deep past life connection. And this is one way that you know that you're on that journey, is that the search is over. Like, it's like you've been looking for something unconsciously, oftentimes since you were barely old enough to understand what love was. You were looking for it, right? And then this could explain why, some people were not the right match for you and things like that. This is your person. You know that. You look for them in every single lifetime. Not only do you look for them in every lifetime, when you have an agreement to meet in certain lifetimes, you will find this person. And this is why I love the universe, reincarnation, and all of this stuff, because you have soul agreements to keep you on track. Now, this is like, we talked about karmic contracts having to go. Karmic contracts are some of the biggest obstacles and blocks to twin flame. You have to deal with your karma to really get into this higher states and things like that. Well, this blood moon eclipse is here to help you to do just that. Sometimes you've dealt with it, but you have remnants left over, or blocks or wounds from your karmic past that you need to deal with more, that could be blocking up your union. So it's like coming down to healing. Some of you guys might still be kind of in karmic situations, and then I always explain, then you really can't dive into where you're meant to be until you deal with some of these things. So we have a lot of karmic clearing energies. Sorry, I'm listening to the birds. We have a lot of karmic clearing energies coming up during this time to help us to align with our destined path moving forward. For many of you guys on the twin flame path, this is a really good sign that you're going to see some really amazing positive shifts coming out of these eclipses. They're going to help open you up to your destined path, your union, or in your union, taking you higher. I see the twin flames in union doing amazing things that are helping the planet. Your energy was too intense and overwhelming or draining me. I try to explain that sometimes it isn't twin flame that's draining. It's actually healing trauma that can be exhausting. If you're stressing yourself out, fixated on things, worried, going into the past, it can be really, really exhausting to do some of this healing work. Sometimes it can be the collective energies at times. Some of you guys are empaths, light workers, healers. You're wired up to feel some of these energies, some of these shifts, all of the energy that we're integrating. And then let's just throw in on top of our ascension, the twin flame journey things too. And you're having to really stay balanced. And this is why taking care of yourself and self-care is so important, so that you're feeling good to be able to handle your lessons, right? And show up for this connection. We have divine intervention, my favorite. Serendipity, catalyst, supernatural, and karma. Some of you guys, the separations have been divinely orchestrated if you've got into them. I always talk about this, where one or both twin flames is getting their guidance from the divine of what to be doing. And so this is a powerful part of the journey too, of following your guidance to know what to do to be able to navigate this. This is where I see resistance in the connection and things happening behind the scene in your life, like powerful things that only the divine could do. Like if you're off course, it's sending you messages, it's getting you on track, this is not going to sound terrible, blowing up areas of your life. Whatever it is to keep you on track in your life and within your connection, it's giving you what you need at any given time to get into union if you're not in union, and if in union, to help you in this union. So you know this is your twin flame, this is a soul contract, and this is a past life. Now, twin flame is interesting to me because they are a past life contract. They are people won't like this, but they are a karmic contract. In fact, the lessons don't stop here on earth. Like a lot of people think that. Like if you have a lifetime of baggage, problems, and karmic distortion, that's going to keep playing out till you heal it. So yes, they are a past life South Node contract, but they're also a future contract. And this is what I love. And so most of the karmic contracts, they stay in the past. You move through them, you're done with them, but not twin flame. So this is both a past life and a future contract that you have with this person, which is very, very powerful, unlike other connections in your life generally. So I think this is really, really important too. And it just kind of depends on how this presents. So this is a powerful connection. We know we have past life contracts coming up, but also knowing that this is one that is not finished with anyone yet, like, right? With your twin flame. So if you've gone through cycles in the past or whatever, you're in one now, know that so much more awaits. Pay attention to the signs and synchronicities. You're getting a lot of coincidences, signals, hints and messages from the universe about this connection. So I think it's important that you're also paying attention to this connection, okay? And I wasn't sure if I did these, but I'm going to do them again. And know that this person has been working on themselves, and they're not the same as they were before. We are changing fast. We're literally evolving. I say the human race, right? We're changing fast, and we're going through, and I love this because this is the death in reverse. So you've already gone through a lot of endings and change, but there is some type of resistance happening for the divine masculine right now. This is like fear of moving on, and this is like pay attention to repeating negative patterns or being dependent or holding on to old situations. Many of you guys are holding on to the past and how things went in the past, and it's becoming blocks, okay, to move forward. Like usually I see a lot of twin flames because of Venus retrograde rehashing things that already happened and kind of getting stuck on it, I say, right? Needing to let go of the past. Some of these might have been karmic blocks, situations, patterns, things that have come up, and needing to let go of, I talked about earlier on the divine feminine side, needing to let it go of old narratives that are coming up, especially if they're hindering your journey or it's like stuff like that. But know that this person, divine masculine, is very in love with the feminine. They know that too. Okay, so we have Ace of Pentacles. This is like new beginning. This is my money card when we deal with pentacles, but remember this is a relationship reading. This is all about manifesting your dream union and what you want to do together. So when we're in these retrogrades, we're guided to slow down and take care of yourself. We talked about that, but also to think about where you've been in your life, but more importantly, where you want to go and where you want to go in this connection too. So really start to think about your path and where you want this union to take you. And I love this card too because this is my Four of Wands and this is my reunion union card, but it is like one of the most beautiful cards for twin flames in the deck. Number one, it's confirmation. If you need to know that, get at me for a reading. But anyways, this is like my coming home card, and I describe it like our souls descend and go through this lifetime, and we find our way back to source. We find our way back to our twin flame, usually in this lifetime, but if not after, right? And we find our way back to this person, but the goal is to bring union to earth, not to do it on the other side, to bring this down to earth and to create heaven on earth in a powerful way, and to bring through these beautiful lasting unions, because the frequency on the planet, come here kitty, is going up. Come here. The frequency on the planet is coming up. Come here. And sorry. Yeah. Okay, so frequency on the planet is coming up, and so we're able to sustain these beautiful unions, especially as we're raising up our frequency. Amazing things begin to activate and open up, and this is my beautiful card. So if you've been navigating a separation, this is like changing the narrative, changing your story, okay? That's what that South Node calls us to do. Like if you've been looping the same story or patterns, it's time to take a look at the repeating patterns and narratives to get rid of them, and to really new chapter, new book kind of vibes coming with that North Node. So this is like, some of you guys have been giving up too soon. I see that very common, like I'm done, and I'm like, okay, for this shift, right? Or giving up. And so sometimes this is the runner pattern. I'm done, I'm going to date someone else. I'm off, I'm done with this person, and it's the ego flaring up. But that's the runner pattern. It's the avoidance pattern that both sometimes have come up dealing with these connections. And so this is like, maybe you're giving up and you're actually doing pretty good with things, or you're just not where you wanted to be yet, and you're needing to stay patient and to continue to put the work in. And I feel it's important that you're following your guidance with the universe, because the universe it doesn't give up on these connections. If you didn't notice, across many lifetimes, it's always encouraging you to heal any issues and to resolve any issues and to keep going. But this is with your manifesting in general. So this eclipse is a really good energy to be tapping into for your manifestation work and figuring out what you want. This is a powerful time to be setting out or sending out clear intentions to Divine Masculine, focus on what you want to manifest, and to be letting go of any blocks or challenges or anything kind of in the way of this connection so you can open things up. Now with the eclipse, we see things start to move really fast. Like I was going through my day a little slow today, but things are moving fast, okay? So this very fast moving energy, and as long as you're showing up and taking action, Aries energy, taking action and making things happen, this like very fiery energy, and things are moving very, very fast. It's very hot energy, it's very passionate energy, right? However, the past is coming up with this Venus retrograde. So if you have a history with your twin flame, you might be replaying old stuff, but I don't think it's to repeat the lesson. I think you've gotten certain lessons with this person to figure out what you want and how you would have done things differently. And it's about doing things the right way. So if you feel you've had those repeating stories, patterns, things that have come up that weren't great, it's to get it right this time. And I see that happening across the collective with so many twin flames too, that you guys are in this, and it's a really nice place that you're at, especially as we're getting ready for that spring equinox, okay? So spring equinox to May 1st, Beltane, really nice period for twin flames, okay? As the earth awakens and activates, we have a lot of really powerful energy, and you guys have been doing a lot of that, and this is the last full moon of the winter, and winter is stripping away, we're clearing, right? And so this is like the final push before the spring equinox. So yes, we're clearing things. Clearing things helps us to release old energy so we can bring new energy into our life, our manifestations, our union, new things in union, like good things too. So yes, we're doing a final pushing, clearing with this blood moon eclipse, but it's going to serve us because we literally are doing the equinox within a couple of days of that, and it's bringing new energy in and a lot of upgrades, activations, and positive energies. So you want to be working with these energies. I have, like I said, I have a ton of stuff up. I know I have stuff up for today, and I have tons of stuff up for the equinox too, but I have tons of twin flame healings. If you guys are needing a shift, you're needing some help with this, make sure you're getting at me. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Stay positive and stay the course. Don't make any sudden moves or shifts right now with these retrogrades. You don't want to, jump off your path, throw the towel, and you just kind of want to continue to work on whatever it is that you've been working on when it comes to your union. Have a beautiful rest of your day.